Good afternoon. The price of gas is a huge component in the cost of living of Kansans and Americans, and it's done nothing except go up. About $1.08 more in the first year of the Biden administration, and it's related to the policies of this administration. It's the fact that the Keystone Pipeline, it's the fact that no more leases. It's one thing after another, with a belief that electricity is going to solve our transportation problems. You know, oil and gas is produced in the United States. Unfortunately, many of the components necessary for electric-powered vehicles is produced in places around the globe that are off limits and are our adversaries. We have homegrown solutions to our energy challenges, and this administration is refusing to accept or pursue any of them. So I would have thought there's lots of things to shake one's head at in Washington, D.C. Common sense, not necessarily politics, would tell us that at a time in which inflation, of which the price of oil and gas is a huge component, common sense, not politics, just common sense, even political common sense that would say how to satisfy Americans, the voters, would say, let's produce more oil and gas in the U.S. But no, the administration's first choice was let's ask Russia to produce more. If you're really worried about the climate aspect of oil and gas production, why would you not want oil and gas to be produced in the United States, where we refine our crude into gasoline in a much more environmentally sound way than any place else in the world? If you're really worried about oil and gas, why would you encourage Russia to increase their production? Then we face the national security aspect. So just common sense tells us to fight inflation, let's produce our own energy. Instead, every policy of this administration is to discourage, to decrease that opportunity. And then evil Vladimir Putin invades Ukraine. So now for our national security. I thought, well, the Biden administration didn't do anything for inflation, for Americans, for Kansans, and the price at the pump. Incidentally, the price at the pump, that's a very small portion of the consequences of high gas and oil prices. Fertilizer to grow crops in Kansas is significantly made from components of natural gas. All the things that are produced in this country often, almost without exception, involve petroleum products. Everything goes up when the price of oil goes up. So one would have thought, well, the administration didn't do what they should have done to combat inflation. But now we have a national security challenge. Surely, in this circumstance, we'll decide that we're going to help Europe meet its needs. We'll better meet our needs. We wouldn't deplete our emergency supplies of oil at a time of national defense crises. But no, the administration chooses to go to Venezuela, to Iran. Let's look at those countries to help us out in a national security crisis. Once again, the administration has this totally wrong in a very dangerous way. Now it's not just the cost of living, it's also our national security and the lives of Ukrainians and the jeopardy of Europeans, because we continue to fund Russia, Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine. This is the craziness of that one would hope we'd never see in a country that has the ability to meet its needs and help our allies, has the ability to do something about the price at the pump and the price of fertilizer and the price of products across the shelves of grocery stores and hardware stores of Kansas and the country. But for this strange reason of trying to satisfy the far left and the environmental extremists, we can't do anything that makes. This administration refuses to do the things that make just common sense to Kansans and Americans. It's time for us to become energy independent again by utilizing all of the above options that we have to produce energy for America and the world in America.